Hi and welcome to Jessie James Beads. We're going to unbox and work with the January 2026 Magical Mystery Bead Box. Let's head down to the board and unpack this beauty. Let's take a deep dive into the January 2026 Magical Mystery Bead Box here at Jessie James Beads. January 2026 is Cashmere and Crystal. How lovely. Swiss Alps Summit Soiree, Alpine Luxe. So many lovely words to lead us on. Look at the colours in there. They are indeed cashmere flavoured. And the Summit Soiree, some of my favourite ceramics in there. What a glorious chain. That is beautiful. Can't wait to work with après all day. Oh, theme 51 has eluded capture. How beautiful are those? You can use them as charms, pendants, instant earrings. Oh my goodness. This box was made for me. Look at these crystal shards. This is Alpine Luxe. And another gemstone. This is a piece of geode that has been electroplated by the looks of things. Druzy Dream. Cashmere sweater is a lovely strand. Texturally very, very different. Intricate carvings here. That's beautiful. Another chain. I do love multiple chains. That's a really chunky chain. Perfect for sweater weather. And then we have Weekend in Iceland. This looks like it may be tasselicious. And then we've got some gorgeous wooden beads. Snow tubing, apparently. Aren't they beautiful, the patterns there? For today's project, I feel like we're going to head into some caveman chic. So we're going to use snow tubing, beautiful striped wooden beads. Some of these natural crystals that have been coated in this glorious, sumptuous Alpine Luxe colourway. And the après all day chunky chain. Look at that bad boy. That is beautiful. So to this beautiful gold chain, I've added from my stash a simple heavyweight clasp to one end, and this is a perfect necklace length. We're definitely going to go caveman chic. Now the exact halfway point is on one of the large ovals, but we're going to just shift that one link on and attach our work into one of the smaller oval links. When we do this, what will happen is it will sit better on the neckline. So I've generated a couple of little component parts already, which are drops utilising these gorgeous shards of natural material. And then we're going to add on some beads as well. So the pieces that we're using today are après all day, Alpine Luxe and snow tubing. I'm also going to add in some 22 gauge gold colour wire. So this is a tarnish resistant wire and it is quite a firm temper. I have cut 5 lengths and we're going to work with a series of the beautiful wooden beads and some of these gorgeous shards. So I've decided that we're going to have a cascade of these component parts. The central one will be using 3 beads. Then either side of that there will be 2 of the beads. And then either side of that there will be a single bead and a slightly smaller shard. So let's grab that wire in and I'll show you how to make the component part. Now as I said, I'm using quite a firm wire today, which I would encourage you to use, but any wire will do. If you feel that the wire you have is very soft, you could always use a 20 gauge instead, as long as it threads through these beads. And looking at those beautiful bead holes, I don't think that will be a problem. I'm going to introduce one of these gorgeous golden luxurious shards onto one end and bring it around about 2 to 2.5 inches from that cut end, and then I'm just going to fold the wire around it and allow them to cross over above the top of that beautiful golden shard. Now I'm going to allow that crossover point to happen around about 1/4 of an inch, or 6mm if you want absolute precision, and that crosses over. What we're going to do is turn the long wire straight up so that it's going up at the 12 o'clock position. The short wire, at the point where it crosses over the long wire, we're going to turn that over to the 9 o'clock or the 3 o'clock position, doesn't really matter. So you can see that you've got those two wires crossing over 1/4 of an inch above the top of that shard of beautiful, luxurious, gemmy goodness. So we'll hold that into position, and then I'm going to grip across both of those wires just below where they cross over. I'm going to grip quite firmly and wrap around the upright, straight, long wire 4 times with the shorter tail of wire. You can switch your grip if you need to, but the reason I'm pinching this quite firmly is to stop the wire from just down here getting pulled into the spiral. So I'm going to go for 4 wraps and then trim away with my flush cutters. We do want to make sure that there's no sticky uppy bits, so take a moment to ensure that that sits down by softly squishing it against the tall wire. Because we're working with 22 gauge and I've chosen a firm wire, you do get some residual strength, but it's very, very light to work with. Let's add a bead. These are from the Snow Tubing collection, and they are a beautiful natural wooden bead with, you can see those gorgeous lines. I'm going to hold the component towards me so that I can see all of that beauty, and then I will grip across the wire and push the tail of wire at the top of the bead forwards. I'm going to use my memory wire finishing pliers to create a large round form. So just bring that all the way around and you should have got a nice tail of wire sticking out the end. You can of course play around with how large this little pear-shaped drop is. I'm going to trim away some of this wire now to around about 1.25 inches. So you could work with slightly shorter lengths of wire, or you could work directly from your spool of wire to ensure that you don't waste very much. So we're going to find that centre point again. So the centre point is on this oval just here, and I'm going to move to one side, it doesn't matter which direction really, and we're going to add the single component that has the 3 beads into that central point. So I'm going to take the tail of wire coming off my round form and tuck it up inside the central small oval on that chain and allow that to sit in position. So let's just sit that for a second. Once we've got this tail wrapped away, we'll be able to sit it flush to the table. So once you've got that looped into the small oval on that gorgeous chain, we're going to support across the round form, and this is just a traditional wrapped loop. So we're going to bring that tail of wire around. In an ideal world, I'm going to wrap that 4 times to replicate the wrap down at the bottom. If it doesn't quite fit or you run out of wire, doesn't really matter as long as your wrapping is neat and tidy. So we've got 4 little wraps at the top, 4 little wraps at the bottom of that bead stack. So I now need to trim away that last little bit of wire, just being careful you don't accidentally pinch the wrapped loop you've created. If you have a little sticky uppy bit, press it down against that central core wire, making sure you don't squish anything. Let's pull that into position now. So what I'm going to do in just a moment is add the pieces with 2 beads immediately either side on the small loops, and then the components with 1 bead on each either side of that. And in just a moment I'll show you a photograph of how that all looks. So whether you're Captain Caveman or Team Flintstones, I think this caveman chic is a really bold look for this year, and I hope that you've enjoyed hanging out with us here at Jessie James Beads. My name is Jem. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.